I'm 69 years old, and I need you to hear this. The life you're living in your 20s and 30s is not a rehearsal. It's the real thing. And if you keep living the way most people do, there are 5 things you will deeply regret when you hit 60. If you're under 40 and you think you have time, this is for you. My name is Umar Khan, and for most of my life, I did what everyone told me was right. I studied hard, got a respectable job, got married, bought a house, worked my way up. On paper, I was a success. But here's the ugly truth. I didn't really think about my life in my 20s and 30s. I just followed the script. And because of that, I walked straight into regrets that hit like a punch to the chest once I crossed 60. If you're under 40, please don't repeat what I did. Let me show you the 5 things you will regret at 60 if you don't change now. Regret number 1. I treated my 20s and 30s like a waiting room. When I was 25, I believed my real life would start later. Later when I had more money, later when work was less stressful, later when I was ready. So I made a deadly quiet decision. I used my 20s and 30s as a waiting room. I said no to trips because I'll travel later. I stayed in a job that drained me because it's just for a few years. I postponed difficult conversations because this isn't the right time. Years passed, then decades. I blinked, and my waiting years had become my actual life. At 60, you realize something brutal. There is no later. There's only what you did and what you kept postponing until it disappeared. If you're in your 20s or 30s and you living like your real life will begin after this phase, you are building your first regret. Lesson: stop living like you're in a lobby waiting for someone to call your name. This is your life. If something matters to you, starting a side project, learning a skill, repairing a relationship, move it out of one day and into your calendar. Regret number 2. I built a life that impressed people I don't even talk to now. In my 30s, I was obsessed with looking successful. I bought a car I couldn't really afford because my colleagues drove nice cars. I took a promotion I didn't want because it sounded impressive at family gatherings. I accepted every demand, every expectation, just to hear, "Wow, you're doing well." I built a life like an Instagram feed, shiny from the outside, rotten underneath. You know what happens by the time you're 60? Most of those people you were trying to impress are gone from your life. Old classmates are just names on social media. Those colleagues you sacrificed your evenings for, you barely remember their faces. But the cost you paid to impress them, that stays. You sit at 60 and realize, I lived decades of my life according to standards set by people who aren't even around anymore. Lesson: if you keep making decisions to impress, you will wake up one day as a stranger in your own story. Live a life that would still feel worth it even if nobody clapped. Ask yourself before big decisions, if nobody knew about this, would I still choose it? Regret number 3. I thought my body was a machine, not a fragile friend. Let me tell you something you don't feel in your 20s and 30s. Your body keeps the score. In my 20s, I slept 4 to 5 hours, ate trash, sat all day, said yes to every late night, every extra drink. I laughed at people who talked about stretching, walking, or going to bed early. In my 30s, I told myself, I'm just busy right now. I'll take care of myself later. Later never came. Then, in my 50s, it started with little things. Knees hurting for no reason, back pain that wouldn't go away, getting out of bed feeling like I'd been in a fight. Suddenly, climbing stairs felt like exercise. By 60, your body presents the bill for every year you thought you could abuse it without consequences. You know the worst part? At 60, you finally understand how precious your body is, right when it's the hardest to fix. Lesson: Move now, not to look perfect, but to stay free. Sleep now, not because you're weak, but because your future brain depends on it. Do your checkups now, not when you're forced to. You don't want to be 60 wishing you could go back and simply walk more in your 20s and 30s. Regret number 4. I loved my work more than the people I was working for. If I show you my old calendar from my 30s and 40s, you'd see something horrifying. Meetings, deadlines, targets, but almost no time blocked for my wife. No regular days just for my kids. No call mom and dad reminders. I told myself I'm doing this for them. I'm building a future. Meanwhile, I was not present in the only years of their lives that they needed me. I skipped dinners because this project is important. I missed school events because this client is important. I came home tired and gave my family leftovers of my energy. Do you know what 60 feels like in this situation? Your kids are adults now. They have their own lives. They are busy. They don't call every day. They don't ask for your time because they learned long ago you were rarely available. You sit in a quiet house with the promotion, the house, the status, and you realize the moments you traded away are gone forever. There are no make-up childhoods, no rewind on your parents' lives, no replay on first steps, late-night talks, or Sunday dinners. Lesson: work hard, yes, but never be confused about this. Your job will replace you in a week. Your family never can. Schedule family like work. Call mom, non-negotiable. Date night, non-negotiable. One full day with kids, non-negotiable. At 60, you will never regret one less email. You will regret number 5. I let fear make my world small. When I was younger, I had dreams. Start a small business, live abroad for a year, write a book, take a long trip with just a backpack. You know what I did with those dreams? I put them on a shelf labeled "When Things Are Stable." Every time I got close to trying, fear whispered, "What if you fail? What will people say? What if you lose what you have?" So I stayed where it was safe. Same job, same city, same routines, same circle. I convinced myself I was being responsible. Decades later, I realized something. My life wasn't stable, it was stuck. At 60, your biggest regrets were not the times you tried and failed. You can smile at those, you can tell stories about those. Your biggest regrets are all the things you never tried. I don't regret every failure. I regret the trips I never took, the business I never started, the people I never said I love you to, the apologies I never made, the version of myself I never allowed to exist. Lesson: in your 20s and 30s, failure is a bruise, not a permanent scar. Use these years to be bold, not just comfortable. Say yes to something that scares you and grows you. A new skill, a new place, a risk that has meaning, not just thrill. You don't want to be 60, staring at a small life you accidentally built because you always chose safety. Pulling it together, the 5 regrets in one mirror. So let me put it clearly. If you don't change in your 20s and 30s, by 60, you will regret that you lived like your life hadn't started yet. You built a life to impress others, not to satisfy your soul. You treated your body like it was unbreakable. You chose work and image over real relationships. You let fear decide how big your world could be. These aren't theories, they are patterns. If you ask people my age, you will hear the same themes again and again. Final challenge and call to action. Let me ask you something and answer honestly in your own mind. If you died 5 years from now, not at 90, just 5 years, would you be satisfied with the way you're spending your days right now? Not did you achieve enough,
Not, are people impressed by you? Just, are you living the way you actually want to live? If the answer is no, then what exactly are you waiting for? There will always be a reason to wait. A busy season, a bill, a project, a crisis. Life will never send you a calendar invite saying, now is the perfect time to start living intentionally. You have to choose it on an ordinary day like today. I'm 69. If I'm lucky, I have maybe 10 to 20 more years. You, in your 20s or 30s, might have triple that, but only if you don't waste them sleepwalking like I did. So here is what I want you to do after this video. Call someone you've been too busy to call. Take one tiny step towards something you keep postponing. Write down one thing you will stop doing because it drains your life instead of feeding it. And then tell me in the comments, what's one change you're going to make in your 20s or 30s so you don't regret it at 60? If this shook you even a little, subscribe to Borrowed Wisdom Stories. There isn't much time left for people my age, but there is still time for you if you start using it today. The clock is ticking. What are you going to do with your time?